So hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video, I wanted to do something a little different and do a case study on glowing up as an empowered feminine. If you're interested in a video like that, please keep watching. So hey guys, welcome back to the channel. And like I said, in this video, I wanted to do something a little different. Actually, it's a lot different from what I typically do, but I wanted to do a case study on glowing up as an empowered feminine. And if you do not know what glowing up as an empowered feminine is, it's pretty much reinvention, living in your feminine power, living in your feminine energy, and transforming. And there's such a beautiful thing that happens when you can transform and actually step into your feminine power. And so that's what I want to talk about today. If you do not know who I am, my name is Amber Turner, and I am the author of You Choose Your Outfit, with outfit being the metaphor for your reality and experience. I'm also the CEO of the Censored Apparel brand, and we believe in being bold, being loud, and being confident. And in this video, we are doing a case study on one of my favorite artists. I just find her fascinating, and it is Ciara. And you probably could tell by the title of this video, it's Ciara. And I just remember when she first came out, and to see the transformation to where she is today as a wife and mother and as a individual woman is just amazing to me. And I know her story because a lot of times, especially when it comes to reinvention, transformation, I like to study people's transformations. And that's kind of what led me to my own transformation. I went through a huge transition. I talk about it a little bit on my channel about the transition that I went through in my own personal life and how I am transforming and stepping into being an empowered feminine. And I've learned also the importance of feminine energy and how powerful it is, especially when it comes to manifesting the life of your dreams. And it all starts with your mindset. And I think that we all know this at this point, is that it really starts on the inside and then it radiates outwardly, which is very apparent when it comes to Ciara. I mean, her transformation is definitely apparent on the outside as well. But what I find more fascinating than her outside transformation is her inward transformation. Because I know, and I think a lot of us know, she's gone through ups and downs in her personal life and her professional life as well. And where she's at mentally, and her mindset is just amazing. I knew from an interview that she did with Angie Martinez, which is pretty famous because she did the prayer for Russell, that she really took a deep dive into who she was. And obviously she's working with a coach of some sort, and you could tell she did the inner work. And that transformation that happened on the inside was definitely manifested on the outside. I just love that about her. She definitely has a Cinderella story. And so that's who I want to talk about in this video. I want to do like a somewhat of a case study because I actually, like I said, I do study people, and I'm always fascinated with the transformation, the reinvention, the glowing up, as they say, and in her words, leveling up. And so that's what I want to talk about in this video. And so I want to take you back a little bit to 2004 when she first came out with her first single, which was Goodies, featuring Petey Pablo. And I remember when that video came out, I was just graduating from high school. I was a senior. It was in 2004. I graduated in 2004. I'm aging myself at this point, but I graduated in 2004. I remember when that song came out, I was in Georgia. She was in Atlanta, so it was a huge hit, especially in Georgia. This is what I'm looking for, sexy. Everyone was like, who is this girl, this new girl that they likened to a new version of Janet Jackson, to Aaliyah, and all of these great artists? He had no clue where she came from. She just kind of came on the scene, and was, you know, very Atlanta. She was very, very Atlanta. I could just tell that about her, especially that song Goodies, which, you know, to me was a good song. And so she was born in 1985. So at the time that she released her debut song, she was 18 years old. And obviously, being 18, I was 18, 19, or I believe I was 18 years old as well. You really don't know yourself. I'm sure she was influenced a lot by the record label, her environment, and things like that. But she definitely was a different Ciara at that time, at 18 years old. And you would think that too, because I think back to when I was 18 years old, I'm definitely not the same person I am today. So she definitely was different. But what I found fascinating about Ciara at that time is that she really made an impact. She really came into the scene and she was known, and it was a huge hit, and she was just like thrown into stardom at that time. And for the subsequent albums, they were pretty much along the same lines. Now, fast forward to her being a single mom. Obviously, you know, in media and the blogs and things like that, she didn't have the best relationship with her baby daddy, and she found herself as a single mom, and seemingly she didn't have a good record of having good relationships, romantic relationships. And so you would think, okay, she has stardom, she's obviously beautiful, and she's talented. What man would not want to straighten up and be there for her? But I remember in an interview, she recognized that the problem was with her. There was something that she was doing. And I remember watching that interview where she talks about the prayer that she had for Russell. That in that interview, she also states that there was something that she was doing. There was something about her. There was something that she was doing, some sort of pattern in her life that kept showing up again and again, especially when it came to her romantic relationships. And she recognized that about herself.
You know, and there's a moment of reflection when you look in the mirror and you have to say, okay, what am I doing that's like, there's something I'm doing that's like consistent, and I need to switch that.
Did you figure out what that was?
Oh, I definitely figured out what it was.
And I'm not quite sure if she was working with a therapist, and I'm sure she was, you know, working with a therapist or coach to come to that conclusion. But that self-awareness and knowing that she was the common denominator, and I talk about this in my book as well, the common denominator, because I had to recognize that about myself as well when it came to some relationship that kept showing up in my life as well. I was the common denominator. So what was it about me that I needed to change my attraction factor, as they say? I forget who says that. I think it's Joe Vitale. I might be butchering his name, but who I'm attracting into my life. And so she understood that she was attracting a certain kind of person that kept bringing her pain, hurt, and not the feelings that she wanted to feel. And I think that's important for us, especially when we're going through a transformation of some sort, a transition, a hardship. We have to recognize and take a really deep dive into ourselves and say, what is this telling me about me? What can I learn from this that's showing me something? Because life is always teaching us and showing us lessons, and we need to learn. So I just thought that was amazing that she was able to recognize that there is something within her that kept attracting these people into her lives that was not giving her the result that she wanted when it came to her relationships. And so I know a lot of times, especially when it comes to relationships, and we keep attracting a certain kind of person, a certain kind of man or woman, we think that is everyone else's problem. We're not the problem. But I think that is important to really take a deep dive and go in and say, what is it about me that keeps attracting these kind of people into my life? And stop playing the victim. It's important for us to not play the victim. And I can't stress that enough. And I talk about this in my book as well, You Choose Your Outfit. You know, when you are the victim, you are powerless. When you understand and take accountability, responsibility for your part in it, then that gives you the power to change it. And that, my friends, is powerful. And when you can take control of your life, take that power back, then you can change things. When you play the victim and you think you're powerless, then there is nothing you can change about your life because you're powerless. So knowing and coming to that recognition of, okay, what am I doing? And so fast forward to about 2015, she starts dating Russell Wilson, which honestly, I have to say personally, I thought that was pretty shocking. I mean, knowing her past relationships and even with his past relationships, I just found that a really interesting relationship to come together. But I will say this, I could tell from an interview that he did, I believe he was at a church or something, how he understood how the mind worked and how having a certain mindset helps in life. And I could tell he was really committed to self-development. You could tell, and obviously with his job and his accomplishments, I mean, you have to be really, and especially with Ciara as well. And I remember seeing some interviews with her and how committed and how self-aware she was. I just thought that was amazing, and how committed to, you know, self-development she was. When you have two people that have like the same goals and the same kind of, they look at life the same way, I mean, I think that that makes a powerful relationship. And I think that's what made them so well together and probably why they connected so well. I remember they talked about, I believe an Instagram live or something, how they met and how mesmerized they were with each other when they first met. And so now I want to talk about the prayer that Ciara had for Russell, that she talked about on that interview with Angie Martinez. And I've watched that, and I'm not gonna lie, I've watched it so many times. I almost know every word verbatim because it resonated so deeply with me, because you could just tell how intentional Ciara was at that point in her life of wanting to manifest a man for her life. She wanted to manifest a partner for her life that wanted to maximize life with her. And I just thought that was amazing. Now, I talk about this on the channel a lot. You have to be specific. Be specific about what you want. Know what you want. And one of the things that resonated so well with me in that interview that she had was that she was so specific, and she had many prayers. There wasn't just one prayer for Russell, and I'm sure she didn't even know that was going to be Russell, but there were several prayers for the partner that she wanted to manifest into her life, and it just ended up being Russell. And one of the beautiful things about their relationship that I find incredibly fascinating is that she was intentional, very intentional and specific about the person that she wanted to manifest into her life. But he was too. He knew what he wanted, and he was specific as well. And I think that's important when it comes to, you know, choosing your outfit, as I say in the book, choosing the outfit for yourself in your life.
You know, I mean, I say everything that I prayed, but I can tell you I was very specific at this point in my life. And
specificity is so important, and I stress this so much. And you know, I think that it's so overlooked sometimes when it comes to manifesting and the law of attraction and wanting to create the life of our dreams, is that we just like, I just want to be happy. I just want a partner that loves me. But one of the things that she says in this interview with Angie Martinez is that love looks different to different people. I'm paraphrasing, so I'll just probably insert it right here, but it does. Love to me might look different to you. And so being specific and really understanding yourself, and that's where that self-discovery comes in, and understanding what you need. And she says that as well in this interview. What you need is so, so important. So taking the time for yourself is so important. And so I just love their relationship. I think it's beautiful. I think they have the same goals. And I think that it's just amazing how you can manifest a partner that really complements you. And so the transformation for her obviously started on the inside, and she was committed. And one of the things she talks about is that she was committed. And you have to be committed, because I can tell you that being intentional and wanting to really be like change up your life, like totally change your life, transform your life, glow up as an empowered feminine is not an easy journey, because you have to overcome the programming and the patterns that you've been dealing with for so long. That is the hardest part. And I will say that for myself. I was even contending with that today, is, you know, overcoming these patterns, these repetitive thoughts in my head that keep coming up. And even though that I know that they're not true, and I am not these thoughts, it's a hard thing to control. But practice makes perfect. And one of the things about Ciara is that she was committed. I would say that about both of them. Russell and Ciara were both committed. They were committed to building and creating the life that they wanted. They were very, very intentional. And that intention is so powerful. When you know what you want, speak it into existence, and it's yours. And so now I want to talk a little bit about her transformation on the outside. From 2004 to now, obviously, you know, she's had a major transformation. And I think that, honestly, I always talk about this, especially when it comes to glowing up as an empowered feminine. It starts on the inside and it radiates out. So when you love yourself and you start doing the inner work, you want it to be reflected on the outside. And her transformation, her physical transformation, is, you know, from the way that she does her makeup team. I believe that her makeup artist is the same artist she's had since she was 18. But you can tell that it's more grown up. She is definitely an elegant woman, in my opinion. And just the way that she carries herself is different. And it's a beautiful transformation. And you definitely can tell, even on the her physical transformation, it's parallel with her inner transformation. The things that she was going through in life, in her relationships, in her professional career, is definitely evident. And so another thing, in June 2019, Ciara actually attended Harvard Business School because she wanted to level up. And she talks about this a lot. And this is what I call glowing up as an empowered feminine. But she wanted to level up and be, you know, a better version of herself. So she wanted to hone in on her business skills. And it's just an amazing transformation from 2004, when she first entered the scene at 18 years old, till now, a mother of 3. A beautiful married woman and an independent businesswoman as well. And I just think the transformation is just amazing. It's obvious how much she's grown on the inside, and it radiates so beautifully on the outside as well. So that's all for this video. I really wanted to share that because I find, like I said, I find certain people very fascinating, and Ciara is definitely one of those. And I also study other people. So if you like this kind of video, let me know. Give it a thumbs up if you do. Let me know in the comments what other women have inspired you to glow up, transform, and reinvent yourself. Also, I have a free quiz on my website if you're living an empowered feminine life. If you're interested in taking that quiz, it's on my website at amberreturner.com. I'm also going to leave the link below for that as well. Also, I also have a free download on my website, How to Glow Up as an Empowered Feminine. It's on my website under free stuff. It's a free download, so definitely check that out as well. Anyways, you guys, I hope you're having an amazing day. And that's all for this video, and until next time, I would check you guys in the next video. Peace.